All right. Oh, hello. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to episode 8 of the Sounds Legit podcast, and coming to you live from an undisclosed location in England, in Cambridgeshire. It's Cambridge, actually. I live in Cambridge. Yeah, this is episode 8 of the Sounds Legit podcast, and I don't know why my voice sounds a bit baritone. I did go boozing last night. I was at some social gig. Because there's this group I socialize with, because it's capitalism and every function or facet of life can be capitalized upon. But no, it's just this group I normally hang out with, and I ended up just staying there for like 4 hours, just chatting with people. I'm normally introverted, but when exposed to social situations, I just explode in a good way. And ended up talking to a lot of people. But afterwards, I always have to just go home and to my peace and quiet and just lie down and just stare at the ceiling. Secretly crying inside, oh my God, why did I do this? No, it wasn't that bad. It was actually quite good. Met a lot of people. I even ran into a couple of my colleagues, which was really fun. It was a good evening. It was a good evening. But yeah. In case you haven't heard it, it's summer. Yeah, sun got up to like, I don't know, I got woken up by like 5:46 this morning. I was like, what? Oh my God, I remember now. It's something I fucking hate about summer. It's just the sun's out at 4 o'clock and you're like, oh God. And that kicks off your circadian rhythm in your head. Your brain is like, oh, it's sunlight. Get up, you bastard. And yeah. I actually woke up, drank some water, and said, why is it so bright? Went back to bed. Issue is, my flat has this weird kind of thermal effect where it is exceedingly cold throughout because it never gets any sunlight. It's cold throughout the day up until the hours between, let's say, 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning. It just heats up. I'm not entirely sure why. To this day, I've been living here for 3 years. It just heats up. But anyways, yeah, that usually wakes me up. What was my point? See, this early in, it's not even 5 minutes and I'm already off point. I think I was mostly accused of that yesterday. My mind just goes off on tangents. And I think it's after you've been exposed to watching American Dad and Family Guy, mostly Family Guy, for too long. I think I've seen up to season 9 3 times. Yeah, you learn to do that. I don't know, because I think about it, I was like, okay, I could be in a conversation and I could just stay, I don't know, I find it boring, I just, you're talking to people, and nothing against them, but it's just, why are we progressing this slow through the conversation? It's like everyone's really guarded, and everyone's like, it's like we're playing poker, essentially, and everyone's really guarded, and everyone's like, holding the cards close to the chest. And I just come in and just flip the entire fucking table. I was like, listen, let's just fucking act out, because we're supposed to be conversing here. We're supposed to be socializing. So I end up saying the most ridiculous shit to make people laugh and to make me laugh as well, because that's the kind of interaction I want. It's supposed to be, in a way, fun. I mean, there are times where you have serious discussions, but not when you just met people for the first time. When I meet people for the first time, I just want to crack them up, see what the limits are, And in so doing, I find the kind of person I want to hang out with. If it's the kind of person that doesn't take my jokes, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, you don't take it, fine. That we don't have to talk. So I go to the people that do react positively. But anyways, fucking all that. It's summer. And I'm looking out my window right now, and it's just like barely any clouds in the sky. The few ones I could see, they're like really high up, quite hazy. So it's going to be warm. I think this is the warmest weekend so far in the country. So, and it's interesting. No one thinks about that. Oh yeah, this is cool. The sun's out, and literally, nobody's thinking that the sun is this constant thermonuclear explosion that's just happening. So far away. It's so far away that we're only we feel the rays here, which, is one of the primary ingredients of life, especially with plants, since they can photosynthesize that shit. But no, nobody thinks about it. It's like, oh my God, the sun is just constant thermonuclear explosion in the sky. And because it's so far away, it appears to be like a dot. And even more horrifying is the sheer fact that the sun is God knows how many times larger than Earth. Earth is just like a tiny pinprick next to it. And that's just our local star. I remember watching this video, one of those National Geographic kind of mind-blowing type of videos, where our local star was compared to other stars. And yeah, it's insane. I think the largest star was so massive that our star looked like a pinprick next to it. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Thank God all the stars, they have like so much space between them. That was ridiculous, you know? And considering how far like our local star is from here, you can still get cancer. You can still get skin cancer from it. It's so bizarre. And what I would say worse is the sheer fact that it's actually moving. It's pulling all of us with it in this orbit we have with it to the center of the Milky Way galaxy. So it's moving, which makes sense. I think the entire galaxy is always moving. Nothing's ever static. But no, yeah, think about it. Next time you're barbecuing, just glance up at the sun for 2 seconds and recognize that, you're bathing in the radiation of some thing that's just constantly blowing up in space, but because it's so fucking far. But hey, no, it's all right. It's time to put a shrimp on the barbie, as the Australians would say. I did speak to a buddy of mine about it, and he basically explained to me a lot of scientific stuff. And the only thing I can grasp from the entire lecture was the sheer fact that stars, local stars, or just stars in general, actually, they've achieved something we are trying to replicate on Earth, which is fusion. So I think that's the next breakthrough in technology everyone's going after, nuclear fusion. It's just at the moment we only kind of mastered nuclear fission, which, seeing how awesome human beings are, we weaponize that, and it's, well, a primary catalyst of nuclear warheads. You split atoms and they split so fast that they just destroy everything in their parts. At least that's my mind's way of understanding the complexity of it, which is why it's always expanding outwards. So if you see like a nuclear bomb or an atomic bomb go off, you just see like this, it just spreads out. So it's all the particles are trying to get away from each other as quickly as possible, and they're going to fuck up everything in its part. But no, yeah. So the concept of nuclear fusion, that's the next breakthrough. I wonder though, is it going to be something as simple as the way they use nuclear fission plants or nuclear power plants, where you just combine a bunch of radioactive materials together, and because they're trying to get away from each other, you put them in water, they boil water into steam, that pulls turbines, and that's how you get electricity from nuclear power plants. For the longest time, I actually thought this was some Star Trek type technology. I don't know. I thought this fuel rods were put into some kind of machine that just extracted the energy from them somehow, but no. I think Einstein said nuclear fusion power plants were fantastically, expensive way to boil water. And if you think about it, humans are fucking nuts. We're so fucking nuts. We say, okay, fine, we're gonna compress a lot of radioactive materials together so they get really fucking hot, almost as hot as the core of the planet, if not even, I would say, yeah. Again, this is an unscientific mind talking, so you don't, just don't take that. You can look it up. You have Google. And then we're just gonna boil water with it. That's how fucking nutty we are, just to get some electricity. Oh man, but how are you guys doing? Weekend going okay so far? God. So I started looking into this whole, okay, I think maybe 2 podcast episodes ago, I talked about this lady, Kim West, whom, I can't even believe I'm going to go into this. And she gave up it was this English lady, Kim West. She was in America a couple of decades ago, and she got impregnated, so she had to give up a kid for adoption, and she moved back to the UK. And then recently, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, she decided to go look for a son. Some guy called Ben Foster, I think. And so they met, and they found that they were attracted to each other. And they started sleeping with each other, Oh, sorry. Just a horrible reaction to that whole thing. So apparently, they've gone into hiding now because I think they and the UK. So I don't even know. You see, that's the weird part about it. It's like, why go public? I mean, as fucked up as that is already, why go public with it? What are you trying to do? You're trying to, change public discourse and opinion. Say, oh yeah, I fuck my son, so it's okay for everyone to do it. I'm like, no, there are reasons why. There are reasons why it's illegal. I mean, Jesus Christ, I can't even comprehend it. It's insane. It is fucking insane. It's probably that whole thing where they say humans, we are like a mishmash between, the way we are. I think mostly sexually, we're a cross between chimpanzees and bonobos. Because bonobos, the entire society is they just fuck all the time. That they never fight. They always fuck. That's how they resolve conflict. So it never comes to biting and fighting. And somehow, the only combinations that bonobos do not engage in sexually is the mother and the son. Somehow that they drew the line there. Maybe after a few generations of that, it's like, listen, okay, we need to dial back on this because that doesn't look like one of us. But besides that combination, everything goes. The reference to the chimpanzee aspect, if I recall, it's just the sheer fact that we get really aggressive and possessive and whatnot, So we have elements of that. So we have elements of both. So coming to think of it now, with this whole incest thing, oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so this lady and her son, apparently they have mind-blowing sex. I'm like, okay. What else can I say? I mean, I think you will forgive me. I actually had to read this up in the Daily Mail. Yes. And I really do understand everyone, any sane person's avoidance of the Daily Mail. It's just, whenever I go there, I feel my frontal lobe disintegrating, literally. It's just, I lose brain cells every single second I'm on there. But anyways, I had to go there because that's probably one of the first websites on my Google hit result. And so apparently they have mind-blowing sex. I'm like, okay, why go forward with this? It's how dumb this chick is. I mean, if you're going to do stuff like that is fucked up anyway, why are you telling people about it? What are you trying to achieve? I'm like, and how hard is it as a woman to just get laid? I mean, you can get laid by anyone, anyone, anytime. That's how easy it is for women to get laid. You just go to a bar, send out a few signals, and you have a queue around the block, literally vying for your attention. It's like, yeah, but you had to go bang your own son. I'm like, jeez. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, it's so disgusting, honestly. And apparently they've gone into hiding. Yeah, obviously, because the police said, yeah, dudes, you're going to get arrested. You're going to be in jail for 15 years. So who knows? Maybe they probably moved to some Spanish island somewhere. I don't know why I said that. Actually, I do know why I said that because that's the next topic I was going to jump into. While on the Daily Mail website, I glanced at a related article about some guy in Spain who impregnated his daughter and they have a kid. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. So I decided to read the article as well. And it's just this dude who, oh, God, the whole thing's a bit fucked up. I mean, can you imagine that? I don't know if he, in this particular case, let me just speculate a bit. If he was there in the delivery room while his wife was giving birth, so you essentially saw, he would have seen his daughter come out of his wife and then raised her and then fucked her. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, man. I mean, I don't even comprehend. I can't even begin to comprehend this. Oh God, I can't even say anything. And I was reading the article and they had a kid. So basically what happened was that somehow the government was aware of the relationship. I don't know how that came to light. Maybe someone, talked shit. And the government basically said, okay, cool. So the moment the baby was born, the baby was whisked away by, nurses and taken into care or something. And I think one of the reasons why the article exists is because she and the dad, they're trying to get custody back of the child. Apparently the child's going to be put in a, state-owned care system somewhere and just be given up for adoption, which I think that should probably be the best thing that will happen right now, because can you imagine that? You are growing up in this relationship, and then with your interactions with the outside world, you start to realize that your mother is your sister and your dad is your dad. Well, I suppose that makes sense, but not with the mother-sister thing. And again, let's just not forget the genetic defects that this might risk. I kind of get it. Well, okay, wait, bear with me on this one. I kind of get it if, let's say, you had a Starship Trooper invasion type scenario where, despite all our efforts to stave off the bugs, they invade the planet and they just ransacking, destroying everything, the population or whatever. And out of from 7 billion people, we're down to 2 billion people, and we need to keep fighting these guys, even though it's a kind of a losing war. Then, I can get it. Maybe the government said, listen, we need numbers, man. We need to fight off these bugs. We need everything. We need drones. We need, women to breed. I mean, even if it means, incestuous relationships, or whatever, because we just need numbers. We need, brood mothers to just birth 10 children non-stop, because it takes every 9 months to replace a human being. So you just need mass production of human beings. We don't care if they have genetic defects anyway, because they're going to get killed within 5 seconds into combat. Yeah, then I can get stuff like that. Then the government's like, listen, it's not kosher, it's not ideal, but, this is the species now. We're all going to die. So, yeah, let's do this. But that is the only way I can see this working in my really fucked up, speculative sci-fi induced scenario with bugs from outer space invading the planet. If you take everything away and we're back to normal reality, it's fucked up. No matter how you think about it. Yeah, I'm sure you agree with me, of course. Yeah, but it's just... Yeah, so I was quite surprised, actually. So I was reading this article. I said, wait, is incest illegal in Spain? So I decided to do this Google search, and I was just like, oh my fucking God. It's not illegal in Spain amongst consenting adults. So I don't know, maybe in this case... in the Spanish case, I don't know if the dad is guilty for that, because I don't know when he started this weird relationship with his daughter. Yuck. I think I'll get off this topic now. It's giving me the creeps. But yeah, so I started looking up like incest laws in other countries around the planet, and where you would just imagine that, everyone would just say, scrolling through it, everyone would just say unilaterally, incest is illegal. No, it's not. There's just different variations of it. Like, for instance, in Cote d'Ivoire, they said consensual incest between adults is legal. And South Africa, I couldn't get it like a straight answer, because I'm looking this off a Wikipedia article. Let's see. At least Zimbabwe got it down to a nail. They said in Zimbabwe, all forms of incest could result in a jail sentence, including cousins as far as fourth cousins. China, they said barring the special administrative regions of Hong Kong and Macau, and which have separate legal codes, consensual incest between adults is legal in the People's Republic of China. It's really interesting that, because I'm like, okay, wait, didn't they have a one-child policy? Oh, wait, hang on. Incestual relationships is, okay, yeah, that's a bit fucked up. Yeah, and so it goes, man. It's just every country has some kind of weird stretching of that particular code. And just looking at the European countries now. Oh, Italy is hilarious. It's like incest is illegal in Italy only if it provokes public scandal. So it's like a fucking free-for-all over there. I'm like, Jesus Christ. In the Netherlands, they say consensual incest between adults is legal in the Netherlands. Ew. Oh my God. Oh man, at least the Polish, they nailed it right. It's just illegal there, and it's punishable no less than 3 months and no more than 5 years. Portugal, incest is not specifically prohibited under Portuguese law. Okay, yeah. Oh man, Spain, consensual incest between adults is legal in Spain. Brilliant. Oh fucking hell. I was so shocked when I was going through this. I would have thought it's probably something the United Nations would be like, listen, we're civilized countries. This is fuck all that. It's legal. It's illegal. I mean, let's not even take chances here. I mean, we're 7 billion people going strong. There is no need for this. There is no need for this. I mean, I don't know. Maybe those. Oh God. Maybe those allowances in the legal codes or penal codes of this country is just maybe a realization that, listen, we can't really control people, and if we go too harsh on this, because of the way humans behave, if you try to force a human to do something, they'll do the opposite. Just to give you that middle finger. So it's probably why. I mean, there's only so much you can legislate anyway, because in the end, it's just, I think the social stigma is what keeps people in line. So in a way, stigmas are good, to keep you from going fucking nuts. So in going back to the Spanish case, a lot of people are telling the girl to give up a kid or just move somewhere away because the situation's already fucked up. And she was like, "Oh, I respect the opinion, but I don't care." Oh man! And the dad, honestly, that guy's a piece of shit. I mean, you are a piece of shit. Maybe I can understand now why Mia Farrow probably still hates Woody Allen to this day. The Woody Allen thing, right? The guy makes awesome movies. I don't lie, I don't watch his movies. Are not my type, but I can never shake off that feeling that the guy essentially married his own stepdaughter, which I don't know. Well, the thing is that it's very hard to say when the relationship started, because obviously they married when she was of legal age, and did they have kids now? Wow, let me check that. What's her name? What's her name? Sorry about this. Sun Yi, yeah. Whew. Just checking. They have children. So, director Woody Allen made headlines in 1992 when, at the age of 56, god damn, it was revealed that he was in a relationship with 21-year-old Sun Yi Previn, the adopted daughter of Mia Farrow, his girlfriend of over 10 years, and the leading lady in 13. Oh yeah, that's Mia Farrow. Doesn't say if they have children though. Well, let me just quickly check his Wikipedia page. Children, yes. He has children with Mia Farrow. 3 of them. I don't know about the remainder 2. I don't know who he has them with, though. Man. Fucking hell, man. I mean, there's something weird about that, man. And I kind of get why Mia Farrow would freak the fuck out. I don't think... Guy's 79 now. I don't necessarily think he had kid with Sun Yi. I mean, that would be the ultimate fucking slap in the face of literally everyone. It's like, yeah. And, oh God. Why am I even on this topic? I should just go talk about something else. Yeah, that must be fucked up. You see... Ooh, what am I looking at? Yeah, I think they had kids together, man. Wow, Jesus. Woo. Yeah, I think they had 2 kids together. Oh my God. Or did they adopt? I have to look this up later. Oh my God. It's ridiculous. I mean, let's be honest, right? Even as geeky as Woody Allen looks, I'm sure there must have been thousands of women just lining up to bang this dude because he's an artistic genius. He's good at what he does, I won't deny that. But why, oh why, do you? I mean, oh God, this is a fucking horrible podcast episode. Honestly, it's just you're there when this girl was adopted, and you wait for, I don't even, see, that's where the whole thing gets skeevy now, because you don't know when he started, kind of talking this chick into this mode he's put in now. You will never know. And she's not going to tell him, because she's like in this whole, she loves the guy apparently. And then you're kind of banging your own daughter. I'm like, fucking hell, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Yeah, okay, fine. I'm gonna get off this topic in a second. I was just looking at this other article again that branched off from the Daily Mail. I was looking at some MTV producer that impregnated. You know what? Okay, we're done. I'm stopping now. This is tainting my podcast just by talking about stuff like this. It's ridiculous. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Anyways, I'll just move on. I was particularly happy last week when I was thinking about this kind of one of those, this kind of urban legends you just become aware of as you grow older or something, or maybe if you've traversed the internet as long and as extensive as I have. There's one of this one because, oh, by the way, I'm going bald. Something I told my mom, and so I was like, yeah, I'm going bald. Shit's falling apart already. It's ridiculous. And so I was looking it up, and apparently, I don't know how I came to this particular facet of information. Something about, like the more testosterone you have, the more bald you become. And I was just like, well, no, that doesn't necessarily make sense to me, actually. That makes no sense. I would have thought the opposite was true. The more testosterone you had, the more you look like fucking Chewbacca or the Beast from X-Men. So I did read it up and discovered that, yeah, it's exactly not the case. And it's not even that there's no causation at all between testosterone production and you having hair. It has to do more with your DNA that governs when you start losing hair. So if the men in your family go bald, you're going to go bald. And it's one of those kind of, I don't know if it's dominant actually. So if you, I think it's a dominant gene. So if you married someone or had kids with someone who's all the men in their family, they don't go bald. Yeah, maybe one of your kids won't go bald if it's a man, but the majority of your male kids will go bald. So yeah, I called it, so I was happy about that. Because if I recall correctly, I mean, men, we start to lose overall testosterone production anyway. Especially after maturing, at least reaching our peak when it was 17 or 18, or was it? Or maybe it's 21 or 23. But anyways, the idea is sheer fact that we start to lose testosterone production year on year until we get to maybe 51, 52, where it just blinks out. So if that is the case, then that slaps this particular missive. It doesn't make any sense because we're losing testosterone production every year. So that means I should be getting more hair, right? But no, I'm losing hair. And I'm losing testosterone, so what do you want from me, man? It just sounds like fucking bullshit, honestly. Oh, man. And I was reading this article about, like, how, it's going to go back to fucking feminism again. It's like, men are always accused of lying. I think that's the thing now in America, especially in America. It's like dudes are being, like, stigmatized for apparently lying to sleep with women. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, how is that does interaction go? You're getting drunk, both parties are getting drunk, you're talking shit. I mean, you're trying to get laid, so most dudes will say anything to get laid. And for me, I was thinking about, I was like, wait. But so let's look at the other side of the equation. I mean, yeah, what woman goes out of the house to a social event without makeup? Isn't that deceit to begin with? You are falsely representing the goods there. You wear makeup, you can put on hair extensions, you can manipulate your hair, you can wear heels to emphasize your buttocks and your hips, you can wear push-up bras to emphasize your boobs, you can wear slim fitting dresses to emphasize your shape, you can wear lingerie to emphasize, the goods and everything. So there's all this, concentrated effort to advertise. And then when you strip all that away, it's almost a totally different thing. So isn't that deceit? Isn't that lie or lying? But no, apparently no, it's horrible if a guy does it. And I was watching this video, again, America's going fucking crazy, it's insane, where they were saying like, there's this poster they put on university campuses saying like, oh, if Jake got drunk, Jane got drunk too, they both have sex, Jane couldn't consent, that means Jake raped Jane. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And what kind of, oh my god, it's like, wait. So you're saying women shouldn't have any responsibilities at all? So, yeah, you see what I mean? So it's always a guy's fault. I thought it took two to do. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's shit if a woman passes out and a guy takes advantage of her. Yeah, that's obviously fucking horrible. And there was a case recently, I was in Oklahoma, actually, where, and it was so horrible what they did to this girl in the university campuses, which necessarily doesn't help the overall argument. She got really drunk at the party, she passed out, and I don't know if it was one guy or a bunch of them, or at least in this particular case, you saw this photo of this guy sticking a dick in her mouth, like an erect one. I'm like, fucking hell, man, Jesus Christ, how fucking disgusting is that, Oh, man. It's just like, yeah, so stuff like that doesn't necessarily help the overall narrative. But at the same time, you can't just say if two people have sex and they're drunk, that it's the guy's fault that he's raped her because she couldn't consent. What the fuck is that? You're gonna just toss out how things have been done for the past 200 years or even longer because of, feminism. It's a fucking piece of shit, more than honestly at this point. It's probably a third-rate feminism. Yeah, I'm going to rant about it. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I'm out of topics to talk about, which is a bit insane. But, God. Yeah. I did go to watch the new Captain America movie, which I thought was really good. It was really good, actually. I really enjoyed it. I was supposed to watch that last week, and I couldn't because I had a cold. And I was just sneezing constantly. Didn't feel like going out and, just not looking good. But anyway, so I watched it on Friday evening. Just quite nice. I enjoyed it. It was really good. And it was just like an overload of superhero characters, which was a bit... Because there were like two new ones. I didn't even know who they are. So wait, who's this guy? So finally, it's dawning upon me more and more that I'm getting old. Yeah, I mean, me balding would have told me that. But hey, you're never sure. I'm never sure. And I was watching this movie. I was like, I don't even know some of these characters right now. One of my favorite things I noticed in the movie was, I don't want to spoil it in case you haven't seen it, but, okay, see, now I can't talk about that, Oh, God. You should go watch the movie. But I did watch another movie after that, called Ant-Man by Paul Rudd. I love that guy. That guy's hilarious. I love that guy. And it's a really good movie, actually, with... I can't remember people's names while I'm doing this. What is his name? The guy that got married to Catherine Zeta-Jones. Michael Douglas, yeah. With Michael Douglas, Evangeline Lilly, and Paul Rudd. And Corey Stroll. The guy that was... he's in a lot of things. He's doing this TV show. The one vampires and worms and shit. I can't remember anything now, to be honest. It's that I watched that, and I can't really expand on that, to be honest. I think one of the things that one of my issues I have at the moment is like there's some things I want to say, but they sound like so offensive. I'm thinking about not saying them. So I was like, I have this notepad of stuff. I'm like, oh man, can I even talk about this now? Ooh, but one of the things I did discover, I was listening to a political podcast, one of my favorite political podcast episodes, actually, from this guy, Dan Carling, and it's called Common Sense. And one of the things he was talking about was how he likes the sheer fact that this whole Trump, Hillary Clinton Bernie Sanders thing is happening, because it's starting to make people realize that, yeah, I mean, the popular vote that people going, oh, let's go for that doesn't necessarily matter, or that doesn't get to decide who actually runs the country. No, it's the electoral college that does that. Meaning a bunch of representatives that you don't really vote in get to decide who runs the country. And they're the ones that pick, no, they don't do that. The parties pick the candidates. And you don't have control over that as well. So, and it's for the longest time, I think they've been trying to literally get Trump out of the equation. So they've been, carrying all sorts of tactics and whatever. And it's the same with Hillary and Sanders. I mean, Sanders sounds like a guy that makes sense, even though a lot of people, they're saying, oh, we don't like his, proposed policies on like taxations and whatnot. But then again, I've always had this issue with, especially with American politics. I'm like, all those campaign promises they make, I mean, there is no, oh, look at me, I'm talking about politics now. There is no, what's the word? I mean, you can't enforce it. They might as well just lie to you. They might as well just lie to you and say, oh, yeah, I'm going to do this and this and this and that. And they do lie because none of them do it, or at least they don't do all of it. Maybe they do want to do it, and then they get into the office and they're exposed to how fucked up the world is. They just show it like a 5-second glimpse into the world, and then, the person starts aging. It's like Obama before he went into office. And I do remember watching him going into office. I remember that was my first IT job. And so interesting watching that guy. And that was like 2008. I look at 2016. This is last year in office. It's just, I mean, look at the guy. It always happens to them. They go in there, they're like fairly aged. They have like decent hair. And they come out, they're all like Snow White. Because it's just exposed to fucking madness on a daily basis. But anyways, going back to my point. So it's just a sheer fact that if the popular vote doesn't necessarily decide who gets to win the presidency, which I've always thought as well, in my limited grasp of democracy or whatnot, what's the fucking point? Why corral people into doing this? Why are you forcing people into, voting when it doesn't necessarily matter? Because wasn't that the case of Gore versus Clinton back in 2002 or 2003, where I think Gore won the popular vote. The entire country wanted him to run, but Bush was given the presidency anyway because the electoral college decided, yeah, it's him. He's going to run the country. That was the greatest fucking slap ever. That killed democracy for me with America. And then what killed it for me here in England was the sheer fact that before the Iraq War, the second Gulf War, where a lot of people actually voted, they marched in London. More than 2 million people marched all over the country, from all over the country. They marched in London. I used to live in London back then. They marched in London saying, listen, don't do this. Don't go to war in our name. We don't want to go to war and everything. And Tony Blair was like, no, we're going to do it. Iraq has weapons of mass destruction. We're going to go in, blah, 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 blah. And for me, when that thing started, I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not listening to any of you people. And even the latest thing where the whole Panama Papers scandals came out, I wasn't too surprised. I'm like, yeah, that's what I would do the same. No, I wouldn't. I pay my taxes, okay? Jesus, relax. It's not like I have a choice. Anyway, they just tax my paycheck. But if I was in that position, really high up, because, hey, at least now we know various heads of state do it. So who am I, a lonely citizen? I can speculate about it. If I was a head of state or someone high up in that position, I'd do the exact same thing. Allegedly. Just putting that in there. Because as the Panama Papers, it revealed, everyone fucking cheats. The whole thing is fucking hypocritic, if that's a word. And it's so bizarre. It's so bizarre that why bother? You come up with laws and then you don't follow them, but you expect people to follow them. It's hypocrisy. So in David Cameron's case, where it was revealed that his dad secretly hid money in offshore accounts where it couldn't be taxed. I mean, yeah, it makes sense from a logical standpoint. But apparently he got away with it because it says, oh, it's my dad that did it. I didn't know, blah, 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 blah. And I think the dad's dead now, so. But yeah, that's rich people for you. That's always what people do, And I always thought that, for me, the whole, because apparently whenever I order something through Amazon, when I get the receipt on my credit card statement or whatever, I always say Amazon in Luxembourg, but I'm like, wait, where is this company? And I think that's one of the reasons I discovered Luxembourg exists as a country. It's one of those tiny countries, so it's one of those tax havens, safe havens, where you can just set up your company there and then just branch out everywhere, and then no one can tax you because Luxembourg puts a low corporate tax, and it's insane. And for me, I always said that probably the only way to fix that, oof, yawning, oh my god, probably one of the only ways to fix that actually would be to, the way I'd see it, because I always have simple solutions for things. As long as the company has a presence in the country, I would treat that presence as its headquarters, and I would charge it accordingly, So, you can forget that whole, my subsidiaries, and I don't give a shit. As long as you have a building with your name on it in my country, I would tax that building as long as you have a presence in the country, you're paying full tax. I remember speaking to a friend of mine about it, and she was like, oh yeah, they'll just move away. I was like, yeah, let them move away. It's a free market. When they move away, someone else will prop up and take their place. That's the thing. It's supposed to be a free market type scenario, right? So let it happen. So if Amazon opts and leaves, I remember telling my colleague, I'm like, friend, sorry. I remember telling my buddy, and I was like, yeah, if Amazon leaves and maybe Alibaba will come in, why not? Why we're afraid of them? We don't want to pay taxes. I'm sure if, all the coffee houses I walk past, they'll be happy. It'll be like fucking giving out coffee for free the day they find out Starbucks leaving the fucking country, because that's like some massive company that uses economies of scale to push down the mom and pop stores you go about. I don't think anyone will complain if they upped and left. Someone else will fill the place. Maybe you have like thousands of smaller coffee stores, or you probably have one or two of them or three that will just come up in their place, and they'll be paying taxes. So, really, fuck these companies. I mean, they have no loyalty because they're multinationals. So why pay them any heed? Why pay them any attention? It's supposed to be free markets in that sense, to be honest. The only reason why I don't agree with free markets when it pertains to the environment, because it's the environment, I mean, there's this whole fracking thing that's still happening. I don't know if I need to check that up. And people will continue to deny that it doesn't affect nature. But, I mean, even without understanding the science behind it, you are drilling into the core of not the core of the earth, but you're drilling deep down into the earth's crust, and then you're pumping water with chemicals in there to, force gases into specific pockets so you can extract it. And you are telling me we don't know what those chemicals are, You're telling me that would pollute any aquifers in the ground? Even though in America, people have demonstrated time and time again that they were lighting the water tap on fire because it's just absolutely polluted with gas and all the hazardous chemicals. The farm stock, the animals are just dying, from eating poison grass or drinking poison water, and people are getting cancer left and right. But hey, no, it's free, it's free market. They're all lying, aren't they? Ugh. Oh well. I was speaking to an old housemate of mine, and we're talking about how I was specifically talking about how one of my older housemates, she just watches. That's why I never sat to watch movies with her, because she just watches drama and all the sad shit, and I was like, fuck, I can't deal with this. I need action, And so the one time I decided to watch a movie with her, some Chinese movie, obviously drama. And I got to the point where I literally stood up and asked her why the fuck she was watching this. And it got to a point where, if I recall the story, where there's this lady who's disabled, and there was this guy who suffered like some kind of brain damage in an accident. So they had this kind of weird relationship where he would carry her about because she couldn't walk. So it was interesting because, in the story, people say, oh, they shouldn't hang out, blah, 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 for safety, and, he might harm her or whatever. So it was that whole thing about, one of the bystanders saying, no, it's okay, let them just chill, So that was cool up until the point where they started having sex, and I was just watching the scene with horror as it was unfolding, and I was like, I don't know, there's something unsettling about the whole thing for me. I just told my husband, like, why are you watching this? And she's like, I don't know, I didn't know this was gonna happen. I was like, why are you watching this? I just kept saying that, why are you watching this? I just got up and left. And I was like, oh God in heaven, I can't. That was it for me. I couldn't stand that. Oh my God. And even to this day, I tease her about it. I was like, dude, that was fucked up. That was absolutely fucked up. Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, couldn't live with people anymore, man. I mean, I live in an apartment block where people they don't even close the main door properly. Sometimes I come back and I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm surprised we haven't been robbed or something. People coming and just placing C4 on our doors and blowing the whole thing up. Jesus Christ. So can you imagine then living with people? Because I used to live with people. And, when you live with the right people, it's good. But when you live with a bunch of fucking assholes, I mean, we're supposed to be adults, but people apparently are not adults. Especially when you live with them. People leaving their plates in the sink, or they leave their clothes in the washing, or they wash, or they make noise at midnight, or they're just showering for hours, and then they be like, what the fuck, dude, come on. That's one of the reasons I moved out on my own, to be honest. Couldn't stand it anymore. It's like, I'm supposed to be an adult, and yeah, I mean, we're all supposed to be fucking adults, and it just, remember once coming back from football during the winter months, by the way, and going back home, and about 10 o'clock at night, and I was supposed to shower, and this particular housemate of mine, she doesn't work on Mondays, so I went to work Monday morning, came back, got my stuff, went to play football about 8 o'clock, came back at 10 o'clock, and she was in the bath on a Monday night, and I knocked the door, and she was like, oh, I'm in the bath. I'm like, okay, can you finish up? She's like, why? I'm like, you've had all day to take a bath, but you're taking a bath now. So no, get up, I want to shower. I wasn't even having it. I was in my gear, I was sweaty, clammy, and the other thing was a mess. I was just like, there's no way I was going to go wait. Because I think one of my other housemates, he plays football as well, and he came back, and he was waiting for her to finish. I was like, no, I'm not having this fucking bullshit. I just basically knocked on the door and said, listen, hurry up and get the fuck out. I want to shower. It's just, I can't do that anymore, man. Because it's always, you have to, it's a constant state of diplomacy. You have to be, care for other people's emotions, you have to be diplomatic, you have to be polite and everything. And then that whole goes to shit if the person's a fucking savage and they don't care. And I think that's the thing that drives me nuts. Fucking drives me nuts, because it's just like, some people are just fucking selfish, they don't even think outside of themselves. It's like, no, maybe my actions here affects this person in a negative way. No, they don't even think that way. They don't. And that was it. I was done. I didn't want to live with people anymore. Couldn't do it. So I live with myself now. It's just, I love it. It's just come home, it's quiet. Well, besides my neighbor upstairs that, has the weird random booty calls about 4 o'clock in the morning or something. But, man, I was talking about, I met this guy at the social thing yesterday, and it was really nice. I mean, the people there were really nice, so I really enjoyed it. And we got talking about like an idea we had for like a new airplane service, and probably shouldn't say it now because I know someone's going to steal it. So the idea is just that we actually drop people off exactly where they're going, so we don't have to go through an airport. So the only requirements we have for the particular gig is the sheer fact that you must have skydiving experience or base jumping experience, because we're just going to jump off the back of the plane and then we'll drop all your stuff with you in parachutes. Yeah, I thought about it, because it was this weird idea I thought about, like when I said, I wanted to learn Russian. And the idea was to go to Russia, to some isolated village somewhere, to force me to learn Russian. And the best way to do that would be to find some crazy fucking pilot and ply him with a fuckload of cash and have him like break through the Russian airspace barrier. And I was thinking about this morning in my sleep, actually. I was like, okay, if you flew the plane really low, the SAM batteries won't pick you up. Then you have to be tracked by attack helicopters or whatever. But if you did it quick enough, you just go past the border, you're going to get hailed by whatever military radar bases are nearby, and you can just ignore them and wait until the jet fighters get scrambled. And, all right, cool, they're on to us. And that was my idea. So I think, okay, fine. Maybe if I'm not going to do something as extreme as, violating Russian airspace, we can just do that as a normal aviator service. I think that would be a great idea, actually. So if I was going to go to my mom's town, I don't necessarily need to go to Stansted. I'll just, fine, I'll go to Stansted, get the plane down, and it just flies directly to where my mom's town is, and I can just jump off the back with a parachute, do my stuff, land in the field somewhere, call my mom, and say, oh, yeah, can you come pick me up here? as opposed to going to the airport and taking half a day to travel and then getting home and you're sleep deprived and whatnot. Apparently, people don't think I can be jet lagged from flying from where my mom lives in Germany to England, because it's just like an hour or two. They say, no, dude, you don't get jet lag for that. You get jet lag when you spent a day in a plane. I was like, oh, yeah, fair enough. You might have a point there. Oh, man. But testament to what I think I was saying last week about puberty when it hits. Because I think the whole concept's a bit unfair. I mean, because I think the way our bodies are wired is to reproduce as quickly as possible. Maybe because, we experienced massive die-offs back in the day. I think I did talk about this. Yeah, because I was saying how it was unfair because women mature quicker physically before they mature mentally. And yeah, because it makes sense back in the day. Boys would just mature at the age of 13, 14, we're good to go. And I think the same happens to girls with 14, 15. And the idea is that we should be able to reproduce, because I don't think anyone lived past 30 back then. So yeah, I think that's why there are laws now, legal ages of consent of everything, so you don't take advantage of people. I gotta admit, this is not the best of my podcast episodes ever. Actually, I don't know why. Holding myself back, man. And just to end it off on a fucked up note, I remember a friend of mine was telling me about how one of her friends is a transgender person that transitioned from a man to a woman, and how at the workplace she was getting discriminated against because they were treating her, like shit and everything. So I was like, oh, yeah, I was listening. And then part of my mind was like, wait, so if she's getting discriminated against, at least she's a woman, right? So at least she got that part right. I mean, if you're being discriminated against because of your gender, then yeah, that means you did nail the gender transition correctly. So, I just, that was part of the stuff going on in my head. I was like, oh yeah, oh shit, yeah, that was fucked up. Yeah, but I think I'm going to stop here. It's a bit short, 6 minutes off my target, 5 minutes off my target. Damn, it's a bit dry this week. Don't know. I was supposed to do some more research, but I haven't had a chance to do it. And I haven't drank coffee, so I'm not hyper. Apparently I'm off to play football now, but I don't think I'll play because even though it's a lovely day, we're going to get a bunch of people turn up, and I think there's this massive event going on. And try to get the other guys to, let's go to a more quieter pitch to play where we'll have more space. We don't have to worry about traffic and people and, maybe shooting the ball at someone's kid. But they said, no, let's play that. We're having no space. We're going to play and everything. I'm like, okay, cool. So to be honest, I don't think I'll play. I'll just go and see how bad it is. Because now I'm not even in the mood to play. Maybe I wouldn't even go, to be honest. But no. So, yeah, I'm going to end the episode here. And I'll try to pick it up next week. I don't know what happened this week. I think I did myself in with the whole incest thing. It's just fucking disturbing shit, man. Oh my god. I mean, I wonder if primitive societies, like primitive tribes people now do it. I grew up in Nigeria, and I don't know, those that it was just frowned upon. It was just so you didn't need laws for it. Everyone just knew it was bad. You don't bang your sister. You don't screw your son. You don't fuck your daughter. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. And the sheer fact that in European countries and in other countries that are supposed to be developed, this is some kind of weird. There's a weird passive. Oh my God! It's just horrible. It's just horrible. Oh my God. Okay, see, I brought it back to where I started, and now I've made your podcast weird again. So, sorry guys, I kind of fucked this one up. I will be back with episode 9 next week, and I will try to put this back together and make this more of a light-hearted shindig. But anyways, yeah, you can... Well, to be honest, now I think I'm going to go to SoundCloud with this. And this that way people can recognize what I'm doing. And the question is, should I make people recognize what I'm doing? I'm like, yeah, why not? You should listen to it. It's an opinion piece. And I'm really lazy with getting people to come on because I'm being so busy doing other things. I really should get people to come on to this because there's only so much I can talk about. Because I realize now that I can't really talk about the more fucked up shit I want to talk about because that might piss off my 2 listeners that I have. But then again, I really shouldn't think about that. But yeah, I will be more fastidious with getting more people on board. Got to get Dan back in. I got some few people I want to put on, actually. Should be good. But right. I think I've done it enough. You should find this podcast on YouTube. I will see if I can get it on SoundCloud. I'm going to leave the Leipzig at the moment because I'm not getting any hits there. Well, I'm not really promoting it anyway, so... It's very interesting because I don't think the podcast is big enough to be on Leipzig. So, this is me stalling for the next 1 minute and 30 seconds. Can I do it? Can I do it? Of course I can. Of course I can. But yeah, you should find this episode on YouTube. And like I said, yeah, even though this episode amounted to a shit show in the end, I still got there. Because my goal is literally just to go an hour. It's fucking difficult when you think about it, actually. But okay, I think I'm gonna stop. And people say, "Yeah, fucking stop already." I'm like, "Yeah, I will." Jesus, hang on. Let's see. Just marking up some topics. Right. Anyways, yeah, that's it for me. Done for now. This sounds legit podcast episode 8, and yeah, I should be back with episode 9 next week. Trying every week to come up with some new content, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon, guys. Take care. Okay, cheers.